Well, I have good news and I have bad news for 2024 Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley, and they're both the same, which is that she's polling 22% in South Carolina. Why is it good news and why is it bad news? Well, I'll explain in a moment. CNN reports Trump dominates South Carolina Republican primary, with Nikki Haley a clear but distant second. Nikki Haley not in third or fourth place in South Carolina, as she is in many states, but rather in second place. The numbers here, 53% of likely Republican primary voters in South Carolina are behind Trump, and 22% are behind Nikki Haley, with 11% supporting Governor Ron DeSantis. Everybody else is far lower. When you look at this SSRS CNN poll, you do see that there are a bunch of people polling literally zero. Trump 53, Haley 22, DeSantis 11, Scott 6. He's also from South Carolina. Chris Christie 2, Pence has already ended his campaign, and Vivek Ramaswamy surging, supposedly, polling only 1%. So what's the good news and the bad news of this? Well, the good news for Nikki Haley of polling 22% in South Carolina is that this is way better than she's doing anywhere else. And it's a sign that maybe she can argue for staying in this thing a little bit longer on the basis that her campaign isn't totally dead in every state. That's the good news for Nikki Haley. The bad news for Nikki Haley is that this is her home state where she was the governor for a while, and she still has less than half of the support that Donald Trump has. South Carolina Republicans are so unmoved and unswayed by their own former governor running for the Republican primary nomination for president in their own state that they have more than twice the number of people supporting Trump than the number supporting Nikki Haley. Now, obviously, the trend line here is different than what we see nationally, as you probably are familiar with by now. Trump is dominating with 59% of all the vote. All of the other candidates are splitting up the remaining 41%. DeSantis at 12, Nikki Haley at 8, Vivek Ramaswamy at 4. Everybody else is below that. So when we zoom out, this seems to be the best anybody can hope to do. In your own home state, you might be able to get 20 or so percent. Now, I am curious if we look at the Florida numbers, Florida Republican. Let's see how DeSantis is doing there. I actually was hoping to have these, and I forgot to pull it up. Florida Republican primary. As of right now, okay, so listen, we actually don't have any numbers newer than July, but back in July, Trump was only leading DeSantis by 10 in Florida, which is DeSantis's home state. My bet would be that if we had newer polling from Florida than what we appear to have, Trump has extended his lead as DeSantis has really, really failed. So there still seems to be no path whatsoever for anybody other than Trump to secure this nomination. Trump is under multiple criminal indictments, doesn't seem to affect him. Trump is skipping the debates, doesn't seem to accept him. Donald Trump is attacking witnesses and getting gag orders placed on him. If anything, it all seems to be helping Trump. Short of his death, it's very difficult to think of what might dethrone Trump from this commanding lead. That all being said, he is massively triggered 24 hours a day. I want to briefly talk about that next. So I wrote another book for kids. The first book was Think Like a Detective. The point of the first book was to teach kids critical thinking, which Republicans don't want them to learn, because when kids learn critical thinking, they don't vote for Republicans. The new book is Think Like a Scientist. This is a fun adventure teaching kids the scientific method. Again, Republicans aren't big on kids learning the scientific method because when they do, they're less likely to fall for Republican lies about climate change and vaccines and so many other things. You can get the new book as well as the first one at davidpakman.com/book. This is part of the Adventures in Thinking series. Can you imagine that we're doing this? We are. davidpakman.com/book. 13,500 copies of the first book have sold. I'll bring you an update soon on sales for the second book. Think Like a Scientist. davidpakman.com/book.